Hello and welcome to the Whitelist Gaming channel. My name is Dentay and in this video I will be talking about Dr. Kandel and her role within the division. In the game, Dr. Kandel is the doctor who is in charge of the medical wing within the base of operations. She is also responsible for finding a vaccine for the green poison virus. Growing up, her mother died when she was 9, causing her to be raised by her father on the Upper West Side. Due to losing her mother, she helped care for her younger twin brothers, which often proved to be a struggle with balancing family and her studies. She was able to overcome this struggle and went on to attend Massachusetts Institute of Technology to earn her Bachelor of Science degree, followed by Johns Hopkins University to receive her PhD. She graduated at the top of her class at both universities as a biomedical engineer. She eventually ended up at the Center for Disease Control and spent 5 years in a CDC fellowship before being recruited by a redacted organization. Later in life, her pursuit of solving puzzles outside of her personal life isolated Kandel from those closest to her. She was married for a while to Alexis Kwan, a musician, but divorced a few months prior to the outbreak due to her devotion to her studies. By the time the division takes place, she finally began to come to terms with her divorce. As the virus began to spread throughout Manhattan and the quarantine was put into effect, Dr. Kandel set up an emergency clinic to help treat the sick. At some point, she was then captured by rioters and forced to treat their wounded in Madison Square Garden, which had been converted into a field hospital. The division agent then rescues Dr. Kandel and recruits her to head the medical wing of the base of operations. From there, she assigns the division agent missions that will help her find a vaccine for the virus. Dr. Kandel views finding a vaccine the most important objective, even if sacrifices must be made to accomplish this goal. She first sends the division agent to Amherst's apartment, who is a possible suspect for the creator of the virus. There, they find evidence that he did indeed create the virus and spread it throughout the city. The evidence also indicated that Amherst made changes to the smallpox virus to make it spread faster and make it more deadly. Next, she sends the agent to the Hudson refugee camp to find refugees that have survived the virus as well as those who are currently sick. By looking at the blood samples provided by these refugees, Dr. Kandel is able to determine the genetic drift of the virus. From there, she assigns the division agent to search the Broadway Emporium, specifically Abel's department store, which is suspected to be ground zero of the outbreak. There, she hopes to find bills that contain the original strain of the virus. Despite the presence of cleaners attempting to burn the building down, the agent is able to recover some bills with the original strain of the virus. It is also interesting to note that there is an echo that can be found within the store that has Amherst spraying the virus on infected bills on the ground floor. With this new information, she is able to look at the original genome of the virus, which provided evidence that the genome was manufactured with multiple different pathogens. While the division agent is securing zones to the east, it is found that a scientist by the name of Dr. Chernenko is still holed up in the Russian consulate. Dr. Kandel then sends the agent to recover him and any of his research. This is due to the fact that Dr. Chernenko is a prominent virologist doing research in modifying genomes in a virtual space. Unfortunately, the Last Man Battalion, assisted by a rogue division agent codenamed Hornet, is able to get into the safe room the doctor is holed up in and extracts him before the agent can recover him. Even though the doctor was kidnapped, the work Chernenko was doing using the Russian computer servers to research the virus is recovered from Hornet's shade technology, which proves to be extremely helpful for Dr. Kandel. The biggest break, though, for Dr. Kandel in creating a vaccine for the virus is when Dr. Amherst's lab is found when the Last Man Battalion is defeated. In this lab are his notes and materials he used to create the virus. Using this information, Dr. Kandel is able to create a cure to finally help New York recover. Thank you for watching this video, and if there are any questions or suggestions as to what you would like us to go over next, let us know.